So, welcome everybody. Welcome to the LSE Law School LLM Offer Holder webinar. It's our August edition, and we're very happy to have you here. And I'm just going to move to the next slide. Okay, so today we will have Doreen Thompson-Addo from the LSE Careers Service talking to us about all things careers here at LSE and how Doreen and the actual career service can help support your career journey. We will also have Jeff Franklin, our program and teaching planning officer, talking to us about course selection. I know that a lot of you have already sent emails in regarding course selection and how to do it and what's on offer and the process. So off we go. Let's commence. Doreen.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Marisol. And I guess it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are joining us from. As Marisol has already said, my name is Doreen Thompson-Addo, and I am a careers consultant at LSE. I've been here for just over 2 years. So welcome all to this session, and we hope many of you will be joining us later in September. So what I'm going to be covering in this particular presentation is to ideally give you an overview of who we are as the LSE Careers Department, what we can offer you, the variety of events and workshops that we offer, both exclusively for LLM students, but also across the law school and more broadly across the university. And then I'll talk a little bit about where LLM students end up working after they've completed their studies. It's not just the legal professions. Your degree will open up a broad range of opportunities that you can explore, and I'll share where some of our LLM students end up working. And then I'll just share a few top tips on what you could be sort of doing before you start LSE. We very much encourage you to just enjoy the summer. But if you are keen and eager, there are some resources that you can get started on reviewing. And I'll also share some further resources that you can read in your own time. But before I do that, I'm really interested in knowing where in the world you're joining us from. The wonderful thing I love about the LLM program is that if you do join us in September, you will be amongst the very, very international cohort. So hopefully this exercise will work, but if you can scan the QR code or type menti.com and use the code, I'd love to know where in the world you're joining us from, and hopefully you'll see how international you are. So I'm just going to share my screen so you can see who your potential future friends and LLM students could be. So hopefully you can see my screen. And just look at that. Look at how international this LLM cohort is. We've got China, India, Colombia, Peru, Fiji, Australia, England, Shanghai, Norway, Russia, Spain, Netherlands, Mexico, Israel, Palestine, Scotland. Wow. So you are really joining us from various places. Czech Republic. Gosh, there's so many. I hope Bogota, Greece, Zagreb, Mozambique, Romania, Slovenia. I was in Slovenia last year skiing, gorgeous country. Medellin, Colombia. My husband loves Medellin. Absolutely wonderful. This is one of the best parts of any presentation I give, because hopefully it'll excite you into just being excited about coming to LSE, because we truly are an international university. And if you do join us, hopefully you will. These are the students from around the world that you will be studying with on the LLM program. But thank you very much for telling me where you're from. And if I have not mentioned your country, please forgive me. There's just too many to mention. But welcome one and all. I will stop sharing and go back to my presentation. Wonderful. So as you can see, historically, the LLM program is very, very international. And as a career service, we work with all students. And so LSE Careers, as a service, we work with undergraduate, postgraduate students and PhD students. And essentially, we support you in figuring out what you want to do after you've completed your studies. And we support students across the entire career development stage. So whether or not you're not sure of what you want to do after you've completed your LLM, or you have a very clear plan of action, a very clear path of where you want to be after you've graduated, the LSE Careers team are here to support you. And this is a picture of just a few of us. We're about 4 times the size of this photo, but we are a lovely, lovely bunch. And as a service, we work on a model called the career development cycle. I won't go into too much detail here, but essentially the career development cycle helps students identify where you are currently at on your career development journey and how you can move forward and progress to the next stages. And so our understand stage is very much the beginning stage. You know, what is it about your interest? What do you enjoy doing? What don't you enjoy? What sorts of goals are you trying to achieve? The experience section is all around encouraging you to gain experiences during your studies. These could be work experience, volunteering, perhaps getting involved in a society. The LLM program is a short program, but we believe that you can gain experiences during that time. The explore stage is really about encouraging you to explore the career options that you've decided that you'd like to focus on. So this could be talking to LSE alumni, it could be networking in person or online on platforms like LinkedIn, it could be arranging coffee chats. I must say that the LSE alumni community are a brilliant community, very engaging, very, very supportive. And I'll talk a little bit more about our community in a moment. Or you might be in what we call the implement stage. So this is you if you're coming to do your LLM, but you really want to go into this profession or you want to pivot into this area and you're ready to implement your goals. And so this could be focusing on your CV, your cover letters, your applications. Are you ready and prepared to do well in an interview situation? Can you succeed in a legal case study environment? Really getting you ready to actually apply for and succeed with the jobs that you're applying to. So that's the career development cycle. It's not fixed. You can go forward and you can go back, but it helps students kind of figure out where they're currently at and how you can progress. Now, I'm going to run through briefly what we offer as a service to you as LLM students, but also to all LSE students. So when you join, you will be able to book one-to-one appointments with a careers consultant. And in those one-to-one appointments, they last approximately 20 minutes. You can discuss anything to do with your career development. Now, I see a lot of LLM students, and some of the common appointment queries that they're interested in focus on things like how can they qualify as a solicitor in the UK, or how can they take their international experiences, make them applicable to, say, the UK labour market, or what can an LLM student do with their degree outside of the legal sector, ranging from CVs, cover letters, interviews, legal case studies, the whole range. And so our one-to-one appointments are really an opportunity for us as careers consultants to really get to know individual circumstance and situation and support you in thinking about what your next step should be. We also offer lots of opportunities at LSE. There are work-based learning opportunities. So these are online opportunities where you can work on mini projects with a employer client and start developing really important professional skills. There are internship opportunities, job opportunities that we advertise on our Career Hub platform, which I'll talk about in a moment. We do see lots of students who are keen to find part-time work. And so we do offer part-time work support. We have a platform that advertises part-time work. We've got a web page with information on how you can find part-time work and where you can look for part-time work as well. And then throughout the year, we organize what we call employer recruitment and networking events. And so depending on the sector that you're interested in, so for many of you, it may be the legal sector, we will be organizing an employer recruitment and networking event where we will be bringing in legal employers who are recruiting for a variety of roles. That'll be soon after you start your LLM degree. But outside of law, we will also be organizing employer recruitment events for different sectors throughout the year. And you can find out about those on our Career Hub platform. We have lots of resources that you can tap into and use in your own time. We have a very comprehensive website. We offer online tools. I'll talk about those again in a moment. Lots of online tools to help you develop your application skills. We have a blog and a Moodle page. We're quite busy on social media, so you can follow us on social media. And we also have a careers newsletter that is circulated regularly to keep you updated and informed of all of the various activities that we offer throughout the year. We are quite a busy department. There is a lot that we offer for students. And so the newsletter is a great way of staying on top of what's coming up in the very near future. And then last but not least, we organize several events for students to access during the year. So these range from career fairs, alumni panels and networking events, skills seminars, so you can practice using real life work skills, mock assessment centers, sector specific information, as well as employer presentations. And so from the legal perspective, we bring in employers such as Herbert Smith Freehill, we've had Linklaters, and other employers that will come in and talk to you about the work that they do in their respective firms. And so this is just a little bit of a snapshot of what we offer for all LSE students across the board. I will talk about what we're offering for LLM and law students in a moment. Now, when you join LSE, once you've registered, you will get access to our employment and careers platform called Career Hub. And Career Hub is the platform where you can access job vacancies, you can browse the various events that we are organizing and register for those events. And it's the platform where you can book your one-to-one careers appointment. And so you probably will want to bookmark this page once you've joined, because this is the platform where you can access a lot of careers information. It should be sort of your first point of call if you're interested in any sort of careers resource. It is Career Hub. Outside of Career Hub, though, if you're keen to get some information right now, you can have a look at our LSE Careers website. On our website, there's lots of information that you can access already. So there's information on how to navigate your career, information about the application process. If you're interested in exploring other sectors outside of the legal profession, we do have a guide of several sectors that you can explore with information about those sectors and where you can find out more about work experience and job opportunities. Or if you're just still exploring, it's a great platform to go on to just begin to explore your career options and what you could be doing, or finding out more about the various professions that are out there. Do have a look at our website when you have the time. Now, I'm going to focus on what we are offering specifically for LLM and law students. So when you join in September, one of the flagship events we will be promoting is our Discover Law and Legal Services program. Now, we've slightly changed this program for this year because we are adding a lot more to the program, which should excite you because my colleague Elizabeth Holden, who is our law careers consultant, who works with the school full time, she's put together a fantastic program for Discover Law and Legal Services. But essentially, it's a program that enables students that are interested in the legal profession to really get an in-depth view of what it takes to work in the profession, how to successfully apply. You have an opportunity to meet with alumni and employers. We will be running a recruitment event. So it is a comprehensive program, really equipping individuals who are interested in the legal profession to really understand what the profession is about and how to make successful applications. And so that'll be promoted in the autumn term. Outside of that, we are also organising an alumni networking event. So every year, we invite a range of LLM alumni who were once in your shoes studying the LLM program to come back to LSE and talk to you about their career journey. And it's a wonderful event because you will get to hear from LLM students that are working in a really broad range of professions. So some may be barristers, some may be solicitors, some may be working in international organizations, some may be working in consultancy. But hopefully the idea is that you can see from this alumni event that your LLM degree can open up a broad range of career opportunities for you. And so this is an event that we organize towards the end of the year, and you will get more information about that. We also will be organizing very practical, hands-on legal case study sessions. And so if you are interested in qualifying as a solicitor, as part of the application process, you will have to go through what's called a legal case study interview. And our sessions really give you a hands-on, practical, in-depth opportunity to really understand what it takes to succeed in a legal case study environment. And so we will be organising a number of those sessions for you to practice. We have a wonderful gentleman called Ben that comes in and delivers a presentation on how you can market your LLM. So many of you on this call, you may already be working already, you may already have some work experience behind you. How do you take your professional and your academic experiences to date, add your LLM to the mix, and promote your LLM to prospective employers? That is what this presentation by Ben Quarry is all about. So that will be delivered in the new year. And then for some of you, you may be thinking about progressing your academic studies with a PhD. And if this is you, we will be organising a presentation called Considering a PhD in Law. That is a presentation we run in collaboration with the law school. There will be PhD law students co-presenting this presentation, and it's just a really great opportunity for anyone interested in applying for a PhD to find out what a PhD, particularly in law at LSE, is about, but more generally. And it's an opportunity for you to ask questions and speak to current PhD law students as well. Outside of that, there are also lots of events that we are organising for all LSE students, but there are a few I just want to bring to your attention. We will be organising a whole day event called Applications Day at the very beginning of the autumn term. And so this is a great day if you are interested in just brushing up on really important application skills. And so topics such as CVs, cover letters, interviews, application forms, how to use LinkedIn, how to use AI in the recruitment process, all of these topics will be covered during applications day. We've also got our flagship International Organizations Day. So this is an event where we bring in some of the most notable international organizations, the United Nations, World Bank, International Monetary Fund, UNHDP, lots of international organizations that we bring to LSE, who are keen on speaking to you about opportunities within international organizations. There are lots of LLM students that are interested in taking their legal degree and working in a number of international organizations. And so if this is you, you would be encouraged to come along to International Organizations Day. We also organize events for students who are either nationals of India, Europe, or America, or are interested in working in India, the United States, or within the European Union. And so we organize events, programs called Careers in India, Careers in Brussels, and Careers in the USA. So if you're particularly interested in those geographical areas, do look out for the specific programs that we organize. Now, my colleague Elizabeth, who is the full-time law careers consultant, as I mentioned earlier, has organized a brilliant program for law students this next academic year. So when you join, you will have access to a range of resources and events that Elizabeth is organizing. So she will be organizing roughly 3 sessions a week, and they'll be covering topics such as the route to qualifying as a solicitor or a barrister in the UK. So she'll be going into a lot of detail as to what it takes to qualify as a solicitor or a barrister in the UK. So the actual qualification route. She's also working with lots of employers, lots of law firms to organize weekly panels, bringing in lawyers from a variety of practice areas to talk to you about what it's like to work in those respective practice areas. There'll also be a chance for you to practice various skill sessions, so important skills that lawyers will need, such as commercial writing, negotiation, case studies, presenting skills. She will be organizing these workshops regularly as well. And then she'll also be running workshops to support you in understanding how to make quality applications. So talking you through each of the various elements of a legal application process and highlighting what it takes to make a strong application. In addition to that, she also runs drop-in sessions. So twice a week, you can just pop into her drop-in session. If you've got a question that you want to ask her, if you need some advice or guidance, pop into her drop-in. They are running twice a week and you don't need to register, just pop it in, go and see Elizabeth. She'll also be organising commercial awareness weekly sessions. Now, commercial awareness is a very important skill if you're interested in working, particularly in commercial law, and she'll be really supporting students to really improve and practice your commercial awareness skills. And then for those that are interested in the Chinese or Indian market, she'll be running presentations around the legal professions in those particular countries. So look out for more of that information when you join later in the year. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about where our LLM students end up. Now, the good thing that should encourage you is that we are very, very good at supporting our students to move into what we call highly skilled employment after graduating. And so there is a survey that is sent out, and the most recent survey indicated that 97% of LLM graduates who participated in the survey were in highly skilled employment. So these are students that are telling us that they are either working as a trainee or an associate or any other type of highly skilled profession. So that's a very, very high number. Now, in terms of where they actually go in a little bit more detail, many LLM students do progress into the law and legal services, but you can see from this screen here, from this slide, that with an LLM degree, you are positioning yourself to work in a variety of areas, not just law and legal services. The skills you will gain, the knowledge you will gain, will position you for a variety of different areas. So many of our LLM students, as you can see, are working in government, teaching and research, international organizations, digital technology, very, very broad range of areas that they are working in. And in terms of the job titles that they have, again, very, very broad. Yes, there are legal professions such as trainee solicitor, associates, paralegals, but also there are some that move into more research-based roles. They're working in consultancy, working as analysts, or working in government. So it is really, really broad in terms of where your LLM degree can take you. And similarly, with regards to the companies that LLM students work for, again, you can see here it's very, very broad. So yes, many of them do work in commercial law firms, but they also work for consultancy organizations, large NGOs, and some are working in higher education as well. And so this slide will hopefully show you that with an LLM degree, there are a variety of professions that you can progress into apart from law and legal services. But I appreciate that many of you are interested in law and legal services, but it's important that I state that your degree positions you for a broad range. Now, when you join, I did mention earlier that there are lots of digital and online tools that you can access in your own time whenever you're ready. And these are some of our most popular tools that support students to prepare for the application process. And so these tools help with CVs, cover letters, interviews. If you're an international student, how to navigate the labour market here in the UK and also internationally as an international student, case study practice, and lots more. And so you will get access to all of these online tools once you join. I've left here some additional resources that you're more than welcome to read in your own time. So just a little bit more information about work experience in the UK, focusing primarily on the legal sector, experience around how to find part-time work. And then I've also got some resources that share a little bit more about becoming a barrister or a solicitor. So if you're interested in one of those two pathways, or perhaps you want to explore both, the links that I've shared give you a little bit more information about that. And then finally, what I do see a lot of students who are perhaps qualified as lawyers in their home country, in their home jurisdiction. And you might be thinking, well, how does that translate to working as a solicitor here in the UK? This article by the Law Society that I've added gives you a little bit more information about working in England and Wales as an internationally qualified lawyer. So do have a look at those resources in your own time. I guess everyone is on social media these days, and so please do follow us on socials. If you type in at LSE Careers, you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, X, and we are also on LinkedIn. You can also have a look at our website, and we do have a podcast called Steer Your Career as well. So I think that is my presentation. I do believe there are a few questions that I tend to get asked by lots of LLM students, so I'll quickly run through them. So first question, is it possible to combine work in a big law firm and studies? We don't recommend this. Your LLM is going to be quite an intensive program. You are studying full-time for a short period of time. With a lot of the bigger law firms, they are wanting individuals to be working full-time ideally. However, there are other ways that you can be gaining experience during your studies, whether that's through volunteering. We do have the LSE Law Clinic, I believe that's called the LSE, the Law Clinic, that we can share more information about at the start of term. That's an opportunity for you to gain some experience there, gain some part-time work, but working full-time for a big law firm whilst completing your studies, I think it is a lot to juggle, but there are other ways in which you can gain experiences and knowledge during your time here at LSE. Does LSE Law School, LSE Law Society offer events and guidance for a career in public policy, or is it strictly limited to law? No, it's not strictly limited to law. Within LSE Careers, we run a broad range of events and activities that all students can access. And this does include public policy. So we do have a School of Public Policy that organises events, but as LSE Careers, we also organise events for students that are interested in exploring public policy. So again, these will be promoted in our newsletter. You can find out more about them on Career Hub. But yes, there will be public policy events that as law students you can access as well. Can the Career Service help us with our applications to law firms? How much support is given to training contract application? Hopefully I've answered that question. So like I said, you can book a one-to-one appointment. My colleague Elizabeth has her drop-in sessions. She'll be running all sorts of workshops to really help you to build your confidence with making legal applications. And so there'll be lots of opportunity to get that practice, to get that information that you need. Do you offer networking events? Yes, we do. I've mentioned the LLM alumni networking events. I've mentioned that we will be organising a series of events where we will be bringing in alumni, plus Elizabeth's weekly employer sessions are also an opportunity for you to connect with a variety of law firms covering a range of legal areas. And so those will all be networking opportunities for you. As an international student, I'm hoping to do some part-time work to supplement my income. Does LSE provide any opportunities for graduate students? Yes, we do. So I have spoken about that before. So we do have part-time opportunities. You will be able to see what part-time jobs we advertise on our Career Hub platform. And it will range from research roles to admin roles to everything in between. What kind of queries can I discuss in a careers appointment? I believe I've answered that question. So anything to do with careers, doesn't matter where you are on your journey. And then the last one, a really great question. What do employers, particularly law firms, look for in an application? I won't go into too much detail, but in a nutshell, again, it depends on the type of law firm you're working for, but generally speaking, a lot of LLM students are interested in working for big commercial law firms, global law firms, and they're looking for strong academic credentials. They're looking for work experience. Now, this can be both legal and non-legal work experience, but things like volunteering, part-time work, pro bono work, all of those volunteering experiences count. So they're looking for evidence of work experience. They're also looking for evidence of legal skills. And so skills such as commercial awareness, analytical skills, problem solving skills, teamwork skills, communication skills. They'll be looking for evidence of those skills in application forms. Many law firms are also really interested in your motivation for wanting to be a lawyer, but also your motivation for wanting to work at the specific law firm you are applying to. So law firms really want to know, why do you want to work at that particular law firm? So they really want to get an understanding that you understand who they are as a law firm, the services that they provide, the clients that they work with. And so a lot of questions I see in application forms ask you, why do you want to work for our law firm? In addition to why do you want to become a lawyer? And then also they're looking for strong, structured, tailored applications. Spelling mistakes will get you automatically rejected. Long CVs will get you automatically rejected. They're looking for succinct, well-written, well-structured application forms. But don't worry, this is exactly why LSE Careers are here. So we can support you with all of the application processes and really help you to build your confidence and get very good at applications. And so in a nutshell, that's generally what a lot of employers look for. But when you join, we will be able to give you much more information. So I think that's it from me. I look forward to seeing many of you in the autumn term. And yes, good luck with your university transition.
Thank you, Doreen. I'll take over now and I'll be discussing course selection. Welcome, everyone. This is probably the most important part of your LLM course, and it's the actual courses that you'll be taking over the next 12 months. First of all, apologies. A few of you have sent through emails requesting when the actual course guides and the course calendar will be published. We've been told today that it'll be available online from the 28th of August. This is a first stop shop in terms of getting all the information with regards to the course, the regulations, and the courses that will be offered during the academic year. First of all, I'm going to tell you a bit about the LLM structure, the course structure. There's some terminology which is quite unique to LSE in terms of a course is actually better known in some institutions as a module or a unit. And our terms are autumn term, winter term, and spring term, sometimes known as term 1, term 2, and term 3. First of all, the LLM has a structure of 4 full units program. The majority of our courses are half-unit courses. Basically, you'll be taking 7 half-unit courses as well as the compulsory half-unit dissertation course, which is a 10,000-word dissertation. Now, we've had a few queries already about course selection and when you'll be able to select your courses. Well done for getting in early for those of you that have done so, but you will not be able to select your courses until Thursday, the 25th of September. The browsing or course browsing, so you'll be able to familiarize yourself with the system, will be available from the Monday of that week. As I said previously, unfortunately, due to some technical issues, our course guides are not currently available, but they will be available from the 28th of August. But in the meantime, you can watch course videos shown by the link on the slide. The course selection guidance is available, and that is online. And you can familiarize yourself with the program regulations from the 28th of August. Unfortunately, those will not be available, but you can see last year's version, which is shown in the link on screen. Right, when you actually come to the course selection day on Thursday, the 25th of September, you'll choose your 7 half units for both autumn and winter terms. Please note that there are about 80 courses to choose from. So you've got a wide selection of courses, and there's 13 specialisms which you can actually choose from as well. You'll be automatically enrolled on the one compulsory course, which is the LL4 F9, which is a dissertation course of study. So you don't have to do anything with regards to that, apart from you will have to enroll yourself on the seminar group. A number of our courses do have seminar groups, which you will have to enroll yourself onto. This is done via the course selection system as well. All of our courses are capped, which means there are a select number of students that we allow on each course of study. They're generally a cap of 30 students, but some courses do have more, but it's very rare that these courses will have more. So more often than not, you'll have a cap of 30 students per course. You can also take courses outside of the law school. You can take up to 1 full unit or 2 half units of courses outside of the law school. So if you fancy taking a course in any other area of study, you can do that, as long as it's a master's level course of study at LSE. It does say that you must choose a minimum of 4 half units or 2 full units which are assessed by exam. Please note that all the assessments on the LSE LLM course study are assessed by examination, apart from the LL4F9, which is a dissertation. Also, I mentioned specialisms earlier. On our website, you can actually see a list of the specialisms and the courses that you must take in order to achieve a specialism. Please note that to attain a specialism, you must take at least 3 courses in one particular specialism, and your dissertation must be in that specialism area, or you can take 4 courses under a specialism area. We also advise that you keep a balanced course load over both terms. This means that over both autumn term and winter term, we advise you take a 4-3 or 4-4 split of courses. The 4-3, including your dissertation, would be 4-4. And also, due to the limited amount of space on courses, we advise that you keep an open mind when choosing your courses, because it is not guaranteed that you'll get your first choice of course. You've also been sending in some questions, which I will go through now. Can I take courses outside of the law stream? Are there any restrictions on the type of courses we can take? The first part, yes, you can take courses outside of the law stream. You can take any master level courses at LSE. And the only restriction is that it has to be a master level course. Please note that you can only take 2 courses, 2 half unit courses or 1 full unit course outside of the law stream though. The process for applying to courses from other departments varies. You will have to use the course selection system, but some departments or schools require you to write a supporting statement for your application. Please bear this in mind when you are making any application to a course outside of the law school. What happens if there's a clash for 2 courses I want to take? How can I study both? Will there be any change in the timetable further? Unfortunately, we do not allow course clashes, so you will not be able to study both. You will have to make a decision with regards to which course you would like to study. Once the timetable has been set, it is very unlikely there will be any further changes made. Do we find out timetable for lectures and seminars when selecting courses? One of our other systems, which should be available fairly soon as well, you will be able to provide yourself with a trial timetable in the scenario where you can actually get the courses that you actually select. Unfortunately, that is not available yet, but it will be available soon. But you will be able to do a trial timetable when you're actually going through and selecting your lectures and seminars. As for the compulsory course, Legal Research and Writing Skills, is it offered both in autumn and winter terms or just during the winter term? The Legal Research and Writing Skills has 1 lecture in autumn term and a number of lectures during the winter term. this will be due for submission in the spring term. So you'll be expected to do the majority of your work during the winter and spring terms for this actual course. But obviously you can start it a bit earlier, but we advise you to actually do the majority of the work during the winter and spring terms. In the event of any controlled access courses requiring a statement, could you provide more details about it? Unfortunately not. It'd be, in that scenario, it'd be best to contact the actual department or school or the course convener to find out what would be required in terms of their actual statement. The law school doesn't actually run a statement in terms of application, so it'd be best to contact the actual department or school. Are there some tips to keep in mind while drafting course application essays that can help better our chances? Unfortunately, again, yeah, you'd have to refer to the actual school or department, or possibly the course convener. Can you pick specific courses from other specialisms, for example, tax, but you are on a financial law and regulation specialism? Yes, you can, because as I mentioned previously, in order to qualify for a specialism, you can do 3 courses plus your dissertation in that particular specialism area, or you can do 4 courses, which will then obviously leave you for another 3 courses where you can select courses from any other specialism. At what point should we inform the LLM team that we are taking a specialized or general LLM, or is it automatically decided based on the selected courses? This is done by a process in the winter term. We will actually send out a form and you will have to complete the form and advise us as to which specialism you are taking. Otherwise, you will be put down for a general LLM. Is there a good chance I can take the required courses to get a specialization? Yes, there is a good chance because there are a wide number of courses under each specialism area. I advise you to have a look at the LLM website and you'll be able to see the program structure, and it has a list of the specialisms and the actual courses there. Is there any approach for students on the general LLM program choosing their modules? In my experience, I would say that it's best for the students that will be starting in September to review the course guides, get a general idea of what courses they want to actually take before they actually arrive. If contact the course conveners sometimes, you can send them an email, just find out as much as you can about the courses. And please note, you can actually attend classes as well before course selection actually closes. However, this would not be possible, obviously, in the scenario where the course is oversubscribed. Obviously, you will then not be able to take the course. So it's always best, once course selection opens, make sure you have a good idea of what courses you'd like to take. And that leads on to the second question. Do you have the opportunity to shop around, browse through several modules? And if so, how much time do we have before you can finally decide which modules we'd like to opt for? You have 2 weeks for course selection. And in that time, classes will also be running. So you can also attend classes, see if a class is a good fit for you. And as I said, the course guides and the course videos are a good source of information. Would you recommend to take more courses in autumn term or winter term? I'd say take a balanced approach to it. So 4 and 3 or something along those lines. Is there a minimum maximum of courses that have a final exam essay that can be taken? I.e., can I take 7 courses that are assessed through an essay? No, you cannot, unfortunately. That would be impossible anyway, because all the courses on the LSE LLM are currently on exam assessments only. Is there a balance that is recommended? Again, you will have to take a minimum of 5 courses by exam, because you can obviously take two courses outside of the LSE Law School. So you'll have to take a minimum of 5 exams, and then you can do 2 essays if that's what the mode of assessment is in the other department or school. Here are a list of resources which I advise you to review, especially before course selection, because information is very important. I'd say visit the LSE LLM web pages. Again, view the offer holder newsletters and web pages. Also view the welcome information, and also you can drop us a line at law.llm@lse.ac.uk. And also, when the web pages are available for the course guides, please review the course guides and make an informed decision on what courses you want to take and if they are a good fit for you. On that note, I will hand you over to Marisol.
Okay, thank you very much, Jeff, and thank you, Doreen, as well. Lots of information. All that's left to say really is thank you so much for attending today, and also some exciting next steps for everyone. So on Friday the 12th of September at 2:30 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time will be our pre-arrival webinar. So this is where we'll talk to you about I guess everything you need to know before you arrive, in particular about our welcome week schedule. So all the exciting and interesting activities that we'll have planned for you. There'll also be offer holder newsletters coming through to your inbox, so check those. And as Jeff mentioned before, there's lots of information on our offer holder web pages, and you can also contact us on the law.llm inbox, so please send through any questions. We haven't done a live Q&A during this webinar, but we will have a live Q&A during our next webinar. So we look forward to seeing you then, and we look forward to seeing you here on campus in September. Thank you very much.